Attempting to watch 1,000 games of football before the end of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and I'm going to be ranking every single one to find out which game is the greatest of the season. Today we are covering more A-League action as Brisbane Roar take on Macarthur. Both of these teams I'm predicting to sort of finish in and around the mid-table of the A-League this season. Around sort of 5th to 8th place for both of these sides is my prediction. However, going into this game, I really wasn't sure as to who'd have the upper hand. I thought that maybe Brisbane might have actually had the better starting 11, to be honest, though Macarthur did have some good depth, even though they chose to start a couple of youngsters, that being Bosniak and Randat. So I did think that Brisbane were definitely the better side. Now, I would have to say the start of this game was sort of back and forth. Both sides having a few half chances, nothing too concrete. Brisbane having an opportunity from a corner that they couldn't convert, and then Macarthur with an opportunity from a crossed ball that Harrison Sawyer couldn't convert with a header. And it was sort of this back and forth game where it would go one way, one side would have a chance, would go the other way, the other side would have a chance. And it would continue like that until the 35th minute when Brisbane would win a penalty off of a handball from Luke Bratton. Up would step Jay O'Shea and he would slam the ball into the top left-hand corner to give Brisbane Roar the 1-0 lead at home. They would take that lead into the halftime break, though Macarthur would come out in the second half firing. Because the Bulls would continue to pile on the pressure, though they couldn't find the back of the net. Dean Bosniak had a chance for a header, Harrison Sawyer another chance from a header, and a lot of these good crosses for Macarthur were sort of just hitting their mark, but just not getting the finishes they needed. Economides, I thought, actually had a really good game for Macarthur, but went unrewarded after creating several good chances, and the game would actually end as a 1-0 to Brisbane. However, there was a bit of controversy surrounding the fact that Dimitri Valkanis, the Brisbane teenage centre-back, managed to get a second yellow card and got sent off. There was plenty of discussion as to whether the second yellow was actually a yellow. I personally think it was. He had studs raised and a raised boot as well, so definitely a second yellow for me. And there was a lot of sort of complaints from Macarthur fans about the Brisbane tactics in the second half, but who really cares? You had 35 minutes to sort of chase the game and man up, and you didn't do anything with it, so you can't really complain too much there. Overall, I actually pretty much enjoyed this game. Just wasn't the best game of the round. Certainly wasn't the worst, though, in my opinion. For that, I'll have to rate the game a 5.3.